Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Welcome to another hotel unboxing. What's a hotel unboxing, you might ask? Well, that's when I'm traveling and I get my hands on a product that I'm so excited about that I can't wait until I get home to unbox it for you guys. So, yeah, it's right here. This is the Huawei MateBook E. So I'm super pumped, right? This is a product that is exclusive to China. And yes, right now I am in Shenzhen and I was able to get my hands on one. So as you can see, this is a Qualcomm Snapdragon machine. It is one of only 3 PCs on the market with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 850, which is the PC chipset that's based on the Snapdragon 845. The 850 is the second generation of Snapdragon chipsets for PCs. The first one was the 835. It was terrible. This one's a lot better. And here's the thing about this product. It's the best one on the market. Until HCX devices start shipping, that's going to be the third generation that's built for PCs from the ground up. It's not based on a phone chipset. It's meant to compete with a Core i5, but right now we've got the 850. So, what's so great about this thing? Well, it it doesn't compromise like other ARM PCs do. For example, the 2 other Snapdragon 850 PCs on the market right now, one is the Samsung Galaxy Book 2. And what's really cool about it, it's got a QHD Super AMOLED display. It's beautiful. The bad is that it only has 4 gigs of RAM. Now, the other one is the Lenovo Yoga C630. What's good about it? It's a convertible form factor. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, so you get the performance there, but it's got kind of a mediocre 1080p display. Here's what the MateBook E has. It has a QHD display, 3x2. It's a tablet, 2160 by 1440, so it's a beautiful display. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. So it's the only Windows on ARM PC that has those 2 things with a Snapdragon 850. On top of that, it's offered with either 256 gigs of storage or 512 gigs of storage. So, this is the 512 gig model, and it is the only Windows on ARM PC that has 512 gigabytes of onboard storage. Okay, so let's open this up. And we have a white flat top of the box here. Let's pull this open. And this, I'm guessing, is going to be the keyboard because the tablet is still in there. So, the design of this is very much like the Intel-based MateBook E that we've seen before. So yes, this is the keyboard, and we got a little piece of styrofoam in there, or foam, or whatever it is. And yeah, basically the same thing. What's different now is that you have Huawei Share in the keyboard. So what's cool about that is that if you have a Huawei phone, you can select some photos or videos from the Gallery app, or share files or whatever, and just tap your phone against this and it will send those files right over to your PC. It's like AirDrop with Apple devices, but it's with Huawei devices. And it works really well. I've used it on the MateBook X Pro. It's wonderful. So here is the actual tablet, and we're going to just take this out. And yeah, it's very similar to what we've seen before, although, okay, so we can see it. It has a textured back. I think it's plastic. I can't guarantee that. 13 megapixel autofocus camera. This actually looks pretty nice, and that looks like it has been refreshed since the last one. Now, it has one USB Type-C port over here, and it's not Thunderbolt or anything. Don't expect that. It is non-Intel, so you would need Intel for Thunderbolt 3 still. Over here, we have a 3.5 millimeter combo audio jack and a SIM card slot. So that's the really cool part, is that this is an always connected PC. You can connect to the internet anytime because it has a gigabit LTE modem in it. So we'll get back to this in just a moment. Let's see what else is in here. All right, over here we have a power adapter. Here's what's weird, is that it actually comes with a US power adapter. I didn't see that coming. So it's a US power adapter. I'll appreciate that when I get home. This is not what's used in China. I'm going to try to get some answers, though, as to why it uses that US power. But it's a 40-watt charger, which is pretty interesting because it should support 40-watt supercharging on the P30 Pro, which means I would no longer have to use the European adapter that came with that. Anyway, moving on. We have a USB Type-C to Type-C cable here that was obviously going to happen. We've got some paperwork in here, and then, oh, there's our SIM pin. That's what I was looking for because I am going to have to put a SIM card in this machine. Now, I don't know what LTE bands it supports because since this is a China exclusive, it might only support China LTE bands. Okay, everything's out of the way there. This is just the tablet. We're just going to snap this right into the keyboard. You can see that the keyboard actually lit up for a second there. So, here we go. Now, oh, it's already powered on. Okay. So, it is, one of the issues that we're going to run into here is that it should be only Chinese language. This might be, yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem here. I don't know what version of Windows it runs, and if I can check, because it doesn't it doesn't say for sure. I can't really see. That might be an issue because if it runs Windows 10 Home China, which I'm guessing it does, yeah, it just says Windows 10 and a bunch of characters I can't read. So I probably won't be able to change the language if it's running Windows 10 Home China. And so I might have to upgrade it to Pro to get that. Funny thing, I don't know if you can, if you have a PC running Windows 10 Home China, if you install a regular copy of Windows 10 Home on it, if it activates, if the licenses are the same. But what I can tell you is that Microsoft doesn't offer Windows 10 ARM64 images. So that's just not an option here. Now we can see if we tap on the network, we do have T-Mobile. And so we should be able to activate on cellular, but it's not activating at this very moment. I might just not have service here on the 15th floor. But yeah, so beautiful machine. In general, it's similar to the MateBook E that we've seen before. There are a couple of differences that we did notice. The plastic-ish textured back there, the redesigned camera. The keyboard is the same. We can see, and other than the Huawei share. One thing, by the way, you can see that it has that hinged kickstand there. And that's notable because the original MateBook did not have that. It had this weird folio keyboard where it kind of just magnetic. There's like a weak magnet attached to the back of the PC, and basically, if you tap the top of it, it would just fall flat. It was not good, and they replaced it with this in the next generation. So we have a pen loop, and I don't believe that the pen actually comes with it, which is kind of weird. We can also try, this is the Mate pen that I've got here, and it doesn't work. So it should have pen support, but it's not this pen. So that's really weird. This is the pen that shipped with the original MateBook, and I actually brought it with China with me because I like to take handwritten notes, and I was using a Huawei tablet, the MediaPad M5 10-inch. So, yeah. So there's not much else that we can do with this right now. It's everything's in Chinese, and the next thing I have to do is figure out how to change the language, and I'm probably going to do that by upgrading to Pro. And so some of it you can see this groove. I kind of love it though. I kind of love that everything is like that I can't understand or navigate Windows. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull out another Windows 10 PC, put them side by side, and just go through the options. So everything's in Chinese. I do hope that it connects to cellular. I'm not sure why it's not doing that at this time, but I'm gonna have to do a factory reset on it because I'm going to sign in with my own account. So that's the MateBook E. I'm gonna have a full review on this because this is the best Windows on ARM PC that exists right now. So it's actually pretty exciting if you're an enthusiast of Windows on ARM like I am, which, I just find it exciting that Windows is running on an entirely new processor architecture, which is It's pretty cool to me. So I'm rooting for it to succeed. That doesn't mean I'm rooting for Intel to fail. I just like more diversity in the Windows ecosystem because I find PCs exciting. So yeah, like you see, it has the beautiful display. It has actually a very nice keyboard. Although the one downside to the keyboard is that it doesn't attach to the bottom bezel like you would on a Surface Pro. It just lies flat right there. Okay, so yeah, that's the MateBook E. So I'm gonna have a review on this. I'm gonna spend a few weeks with it just to get a full look. So that's it. I'm Richard Neowin. Thanks for another hotel unboxing. Have a great night.